Hello and welcome everyone. This is Blackadder at Blackadder's Place and welcome you to today's stream. And today's stream is definitely going to be quite special as I'm going to basically my most favorite game of all time, which basically formed my childhood quite a bit. And these were the original Settlers that I played on Amiga back then, and they were absolutely awesome. So I'm definitely quite looking forward to having a bit of fun with them again. And well, it took me quite a bit of time to actually figure everything out properly with the music and everything. With DOSBox, it's not really all that simple to get all those old games working, but I did manage everything. I had to do a bit of a workaround for the music, as I will have to actually put it in through external sources, because unfortunately the drivers, even though that I could find, don't really produce exactly the sound as it should be, and as it was in Amiga. So I'm just gonna be using some video and basically music from the internet where one guy was able to record it somehow. So I'm gonna be using that so that there is exactly the experience for you that I had back then as well. It's gonna be a bit different as the resolution is gonna be a bit higher right now than it was back then on my Amiga, but still it should be fine in that regard. And well, I actually wanted to start you with, of course, the intro. So I'm gonna be just preparing right now for that. Let's turn off the music and we are gonna be switching into something a bit more interesting. I'm gonna be putting it in from the YouTube, so let's watch it. Alright, so that was the intro for you. You can find it on the channel called Kuoka77 if you are gonna be looking for that and want to actually look at it. It's really great, so definitely recommend it for all of you to watch. And right now I'm gonna be coming to the game itself. So I just basically switch in and we are in with the game. So yeah, of course, that's it. As you can be, of course, expecting. Right now I'm gonna be switching, of course, so that I have everything properly in order in here. Let me Quickly have a look. Yeah, everything is working quite fine, it seems, at this point. And well, for those of you who actually don't know what the game is all about, it's basically a real-time strategy. One of the very first ones, already first ones, at 1993. It's way past Dune 2, I think. Dune 2 was even way before that. That was probably the very first RTS strategy, or the real-time strategy. That was Dune 2. I've already played that on Amiga as well, of course, back then. But yeah, well, this is game of my childhood, and I spent a lot of time with. And it's having quite a bit of charm. It's a bit slower paced, actually quite a lot slower paced in certain situations. Sometimes you're actually gonna be having moments where you basically need to let the game work so that you get the proper resources and everything. And it's a basically combination of real-time strategy and kind of simulation building of your empire. But it also does have quite an important, of course, battle mechanisms in there and basically gaining the grounds and land. So yeah, well, it's basically all of it together. Kierovik, Palchovsky, well, I liked all of it. I played quite a bit back on Amiga when I played it. I even played with my brothers, so basically I played even multiplayer with the split screen with two mouses connected to one Amiga. It was really awesome and something really kind of rare back in the day. But split screen, that is also of course quite old school. It's nothing that you see today all that much. Everybody's having just their own computer pretty much. But I like the campaign, of course. But to be honest, I finished it once, all 30 missions I think there are, and the end missions, they are incredibly difficult. They are incredibly difficult and punishing. You really cannot make any kind of mistake. Of course, all the resources are really scarce, and it's really difficult in the end. The start is quite nice to get you introduced and really fun, so I kind of guess you might start with the first mission and see how far we actually are gonna be able to get. Alright, so there we go. I'm gonna be also, of course, letting you know about the game a bit, because I don't think that most of you will actually know what it is about. Maybe some of you will, who are here coming for a bit of a retro. Of course, we are gonna be starting on a classical map. You can see those mountains, they are always having some kind of ore. You are having coal, iron ore, golden ore, or stone. That is possible to be actually mined out of all of those mountains. And you basically at the start need to find a good position for your castle, which means that you need to be somehow close to important resources, so above average coal, much iron, very few gold. Well, you kinda usually want gold, because of course you want that for improvement of your soldiers. That's the only way how to improve them, if you give them gold. Well, of course, kinda goes to figure. And you also need to be careful to get some stone for the start, and that means those stones in the middle, basically here. And those, for example, here, this is a pretty good spot. And you also need a few trees so that your woodcutter can get them. And we are here, I'm thinking, gonna be starting with quite plenty of resources. You're gonna see that when you actually drop the castle, how many we have. And that's the point. In the later games, in the later missions, you basically have only for like a correct sequence of buildings. And you just really cannot make a mistake in there. Otherwise, you might just as well restart because you're gonna get screwed completely. Okay, so where is a bit of gold? I would be liking a bit of gold. Much above average. Okay, so this is a good mountain to be having. Good mountain to be having. A lot of stone. There's gonna be also a bit of food from the fishing in there. This is a pretty good spot, it seems. Yeah, and you can see that rat is already gonna be taking it. Sun should be coming somewhere here. I also want a lot of ground around me, so I don't necessarily want to be hugging the mountains. I think about here could be good. Because you also need to be thinking about those big castles, because there are two types of buildings and two spots basically where you can build. You're gonna see that a bit later. I think this is gonna be okay. Well, few. That means that the gold is gonna be maybe here at the bottom, right? Yeah, it seems like the gold is gonna be rather here. In which case, I might want to drop at the bottom of him. Yeah, that seems like a good idea then. Being too close to him, it's a bit risky. It's a bit risky, but it could work out. If I go here, I should be having enough room for a sawmill. We are gonna be needing a castle for that. I think this could be an interesting spot to start. Below average, they're gonna be somewhere to the left. You're gonna grow there. Okay, let's drop our castle here. It's gonna be a bit risky, as I said. But we are at the start, so we shouldn't be having too many resources, and it should be reasonably slow and everything. So how much do we have? We should be having plenty of everything. Here you can see 100 of lumber, 70 stone, so we get basically even waste, 147 for our soldiers, so we are quite fine in that regard. So let's start with our economy, and that's right now exactly what I was talking about. You can see the big castles, those are for big buildings, for example as a sawmill or fortress, or for example armorer, or rather smith, whereas the small ones are for like a stonemason, for forester, or woodcutter, of course, and all those small buildings, for example. So first we're gonna be needing, of course, the woodcutter. We are having plenty of wood at the bottom, so this is gonna be, I think, pretty good spot for a woodcutter.
Yep.
You can build sawmill right next to him.
Yep.
It's gonna be a good combination, and we are gonna be having probably here in the middle
Yep.
a stonemason or a stonemason snowcutter, something like that, whatever you want to call him. And of course, this is a game which is all about having flags everywhere and connecting them so that your serfs can actually connect everything and work fine. We are not gonna be blocking anything here. Yeah, I'm gonna be fine in that regard. So just move ahead, and you can see they are a bit different inclines. Basically, when you are in red, that's something that you try to avoid if you can, as that is gonna be slowing down. Of course, the villagers moving on it. You see right now we can place extra flags so that there are gonna be 1, 2, 3 carriers, and that is basically increasing the speed at which you are gonna be having the transport of the resources. So I'm gonna be right now also putting on the music, as I have, as I said, made a bit of a repeat track. So let's just start with it. That's gonna be the original how it is. So right now, lately, it's kinda hard to actually properly get the music playing in DOSBox and everything. So basically the only way I could figure out how to do it is to get the music from the internet and have it working quite fine like that. So yeah, we can, unfortunate, but to be honest, we're gonna be deleting him after he mines all the stone anyway. So it doesn't really matter where we build the road too much. That's okay. Okay, we are having the tree there. Kinda sucks. We're gonna put the flag right about here. But yeah, we're having plenty of wood, plenty of everything. You can see this is this guy. When you are building a large building, basically, first you can see there's an X, and that means that basically you need a guy, basically a landscaper, who is gonna be preparing the land for you before you can build on that. And yeah, once it is basically done, you're gonna be turning into normal foundations like the stone in there, and the yellow dudes are gonna be the builders, and they're gonna be waiting once the builders actually get them the wood and all the resources that they need. And of course, different buildings are needing different resources and different amount of them. So yeah, well, that's how it goes. Okay, so we have the mountains, and we should prospect them, which means we're gonna be building a road in there. Now, doesn't really matter which one. Kinda screwed anyway. And double click, or rather, right left click. We're gonna be sending 2 guys there. I think that you have 2 right now. You usually start with 2 as well, but if you want extra, you can, but you will need a hammer for that, for the prospectors. Right now, we have 34 hammers, so we are absolutely fine. And you basically need to take care of all of this, because everything is dependent on everything. For example, if you want to be having an armorsmith or blacksmith, then you need a hammer and the tongs for him. If you don't have that, you just don't have an armorsmith and weaponsmith, of course, and without him you won't be getting, of course, any weapons and any shields. And, well, what do you think that actually armorsmith needs? Of course he needs coal, and then he of course needs iron bars so that he can smelt something and make it. And iron bars are made by a smelting shop, and smelting shop also again needs coal, and he also needs iron ore. Basically everything is completely connected, and continue basically that forward. You need the mines, and mines, of course, miners need food, and for food you need another part of your whole economy. So of course you're gonna be needing a farmer, then piggy farmer, or basically mill with baker and everything. So quite connected thing, and quite difficult game, and considering that everything pretty much has been done by only one person in 1993. He made all the graphics, the design, even the sound. I think that he actually bought a few sounds I read somewhere, but otherwise he made pretty much everything all around. pretty much everything. So okay, what are we gonna be finding here? You already gave up? You're lazy. Yeah, there's nothing here so far, fortunate. How's he looking with the dude on the top side? So alright, he's still not really moving anywhere, but we should be also coming for a bit of enlargement of our lands. I think we should be trying to collect as much ground here as possible.
Yep.
So this is gonna be... You're gonna be building a store, or rather... How to actually call it in English? I always played it like calling it in Czech. So, like guard post. Yeah, let's build a guard post here. That is how you get the extra land, because soldiers are gonna be coming there and they're gonna be controlling more grounds. Which means that we probably should be building some better route here in the end. I'll be sending another guy there,
Yep.
as he gave up too soon, and we have found a bit of stone finally. Okay. Yeah, you can see that the bigger buildings, of course, take quite a longer time before they are built. As already our lumberjack is coming for a bit of wood. We already did cut one of the trees in there, coming for another one. He's gonna be basically continuing to cut all of these. And if you run out of wood, you can just build a forester. If you have kept enough wood for, of course, his abode. And he's gonna be just basically replacing all the woods and everything. But I don't really want him here yet. We have him plenty of wood, plenty of resources, and he has an uncanny actually ability of screwing your places and basically taking your building spots. Because he really just basically places trees everywhere. If he has the room, he just doesn't care. And you cannot stop him until, or rather unless, you're gonna be completely putting him out of his home, of course, by destroying his building. But yeah, well, let's right now put
Yep.
away the road, and that usually also results in those guys staying there a bit longer, because they don't have an easy way to escape. I don't exactly know how the AI works, but that's how I basically learned it back then. Okay, so we should be basically hugging a bit the bottom so that we don't stop all that many of those big buildings. This is gonna be kinda alright. And we need to go around here.
Yep.
Yeah, this tree is gonna suck again. But hopefully he's gonna be coming all the way there, but might be kinda far away. This is though a bit of a level ground, so it shouldn't be that difficult for actually the serfs to properly scale, but yeah, well, we'll see how it's gonna be working. As of course the lumberjack, he doesn't go all across the map, he just has some kind of area around his building where he actually operates. We're gonna see if he goes all the way up there, but I'm having a feeling that maybe not, though he is going quite far away from here onto the left. So he in the end actually might be coming all the way there. We'll see. We'll see. I can see of course or rather stonemason already gathering them. There are about, I don't know how many, like 5 or 6 maybe piles of stone that he can get from one of those huge ones. So he's gonna be here for a bit of while and supplying quite a bit to our economy. Of course, sawmill's still waiting to be ready. And we're gonna be waiting for the wood and for a bit of stone into our guard post so that we can get a bit more ground and get some juicier, potentially, spots on the map. Okay, we should be also maybe setting up a few things. Okay, so this is basically right now a combination of how many soldiers and how well manned your fortresses should be across the map. And basically this is basically how far they are from their enemies, from the borders of the enemy. So this is like very close, of course, further, and like completely far away without any kind of threat whatsoever. So basically just minimum, and weak basically means weak. That you are gonna be sending just weak soldiers in there, or none if you don't have them. But yeah, basically go for everything like minimum. And only the closest are gonna be having full pretty much, so that we are ready for some kind of engagements, and if he maybe even want to attack the enemy, of course, there. And this one I never was really sure, this one. These ones on the right and left, These are basically meant that when you are sending soldiers or basically building up your fortifications, you are basically sending there the strongest soldiers that you right now have. That can change, and later in the game you could be having stronger soldiers in basically reserves, and you want to switch them over so that you are having stronger defenses and everything. So basically you recall all the weak ones and basically send out the strong ones through this. This is for making soldiers, and this one is... this is either for sending stronger soldiers to battle or sending weaker soldiers to battle. I think that's something like that. And this should be guards of your castle. Yeah, basically this is pretty much a screw up. If you lose the castle, you are kinda screwed significantly in the game. I don't think that you lose just like that. Maybe you do. Right now I don't remember actually. Maybe you're gonna learn that way, rather that one day. But basically, of course, what you want to do is destroy the enemy castle, but it usually takes quite a bit of time. So 3 defenses at least. It's alright. Then we switch into strong so that we send those stronger soldiers to combat. I really think that's what this does. So yeah, there are gonna be maybe some things, and there are not all that many things, but some like these that I'm not gonna be entirely certain about. As I said, I played this game as a kid, not really knowing English back then all that much. So, yeah, and this is basically how many soldiers are gonna be produced, or rather trained out of loafers. Because you are having a bit of loafers right now. I'm gonna be showing you how we're gonna be getting the ground. Yeah, and we are right next to the guy. We're gonna be having 3 second-tier soldiers. We are having about 6 tiers, or rather 5 tiers of soldiers. Worse ones at the bottom, and then coming up with the quality, of course. And as I said, you get them mostly by gold, but they also kinda improve on their own. But without gold, it's usually taking quite a bit. Okay, so we have a new building, and we should be really kinda aggressive on him. There's gonna be one more extra here. Yet again, don't really want to screw too many of those big buildings for me. There was a bit of a hill here. There is here as well. Oh, doesn't matter really. But for potential mine, that might be coming from here. Let's build a flag there. Yeah, you can see he's gonna be attempting the same, and he might be just a bit faster, I'm afraid. That's gonna all depend if you cannot get there in time. I don't really think so. So that might be a bit tricky. Though I don't exactly want to fight right now. You can see they are sending gold there, so they are well paid to have better morale for the fights, and of course so that they can even improve in quality. Okay, let's go for a bit of prospecting here. Having plenty of hammers, so we can do whatever we want pretty much. Let's build 2 new ones, and as I said, we are having a lot of loafers, right now 15, and they are basically generating over time for you at certain pace, and you can increase that pace if you build storehouses, which are really big buildings, very expensive, so you don't really build them anytime at start. And those loafers you can basically convert them into soldiers once you have enough, and the same amount, of course, of swords and shields. So right now you can basically make 15 soldiers right there. But if we did, we then wouldn't be having any kind of carriers if we build another road. So you kinda need to be careful about it. Or right now I'm not looking at the correct ones. Right now those are the serfs with the question mark, of course, which are basically unemployed, so 26 unemployed, whereas the 15 at the tops, those are the actual carriers. Yeah, we're just looking somewhere else, sorry. Okay, so he already does have wood. Gonna be having stone, so he's definitely gonna be first. So unfortunately we're gonna be losing this, I'm thinking. But it doesn't have to be the worst case scenario, because in that case, we might be able to attack it and take it from him and basically screw him over. Yeah, already you can see that our sawmill is working quite fine. And we should be also moving somewhere to the top side here.
Yep.
Come on, connect. Flag. Moving that way, and yeah. This is the AI. Well, we are in 1993 basically, so You kinda understand the AI is not gonna be exactly the hugest and the bestest of them all. I'm right now thinking where I should be building the next one. Probably, oh. Don't necessarily want to screw all of those big buildings here. But this is looking overall like a reasonably solid spot. We found iron, nice.
Yep.
Iron and coal. So there's a lot of coal at top side. So where is the gold? Gold is then probably gonna be somewhere here. Maybe. Maybe. But the ice is definitely gonna be a problem. We could probably delete it if we got this guardhouse first. But I don't think that's gonna be really possible. We're really far away and the soldiers from this outpost would be going there quite a long time. So yeah, we're gonna be losing this building. In which case you might actually try to save it, save the stone. He's right now gonna be carrying it back. Once he actually realizes that it's not going anywhere. Well, let's save the stone at least here. And we're gonna take this outpost. Okay, bit of coal as well. It's gonna be a good spot for farmer. You can see this mob is not exactly huge. And a few different maps here. I'm thinking this is a pretty solid spot actually for a farmer, to be honest. So I don't exactly want to screw that position there too much. Okay, 2 weak soldiers and 1 stronger. That's not bad, because you're gonna be having golden soldiers, or rather gilded soldiers. Well paid, good morale, and reasonably strong. I don't like that. You can see that this is taking a long time, and yeah, we are losing that exactly as you expected. Because these guys have to basically do a lot of work and a lot of carrying around. They have to carry logs down to this guy, then all the wood all the back into the storehouse, and then coming it back for that into the building site. So yeah, and there's the gold. But we cannot build on the white mountain tops, unfortunately. That's a weird spot for the gold. Maybe there's gonna be a bit more around here somewhere. Because, well, basically you can build. It's basically the best to build mines, right on top of the spots, the big spots rather. But you can also build a bit to the side. Because how it works is that he kinda like literally burrows underground. And he can basically reach even veins that are further away from him. But it's gonna be taking him a bit of time usually. And the mine will be quite inefficient. Will be inefficient overall. But if you need that, that could be of course happening. So, can I guess? Having only 2 here. Kinda like if they actually improved in quality into hatters. I call them hatters when I was small. Those 3rd-tier soldiers, because they are having kinda huge head. Those Asterixes pretty much. These are of course Romans, and these I called Knights. These were basically hornies, like horn soldiers, and these we basically called shits, because they were the worst, and they like rarely win a battle. They're really bad, unless they are against really weak soldiers as well. Yeah, let's basically destroy this. We don't need this, and I will be probably building. Well, on desert, you cannot build anything on a desert. But I kinda want to increase my... I want to increase my ground and then build another here, so that we still have pretty good spot here for the farm. So let's build this there. Oh well. Wasn't really good spot too much. Would you actually be so kind as to get this stone, But it seems not. Yes, this is a pretty horrible road. This is a really horrible road, but I'm hoping I'm gonna be turning it around once this stone is gone. So yeah, it's just the best out of a bad situation, kinda. Oh, that's the good soldier actually. We already have one. Gonna be coming to the bad side pretty much. I'm just gonna save now and try to attack him. New name and like I always call it by my name. So let's continue in the tradition. What? Why cannot we attack with anybody? Are we having a... Oh, right! Because, yeah, exactly. I right now remember, because that means basically the top side is how they should be filled, how many soldiers should be in there, and the bottom side is how many should be kept there at all times. So right now I need to switch it to minimum, and right now I should be able to attack. Yeah, you can see right now too. They're not gonna be the strongest would be a bit closer to him, but this is already fine. But wallers and sleepers, they are usually pretty bad, and they are weaker soldiers, but those two should be kind of alright at this point. Let's see, let's go into the attack and how we're gonna do. And kind of funny stuff here is, as we have gathered this building, that basically there are about maybe 5 animations or something like that, how the battle goes. And you can of course quite easily learn the patterns, and you know how the battles go, so you can save scum quite a bit. And I used to do it like religiously. So let's see if I'm still gonna be remembering that. Plenty of iron ore. Let's destroy those flags, we don't really need them. And we're gonna be moving them, but right now I'm interested in, of course, this. Already gathering plenty here. Oh, and he lost. Damn. I'm kinda thinking that I would like to actually play this a bit hardcore, so basically no saves coming too much. Yeah, so he lost. The replacements are already in there. But he shouldn't be having gold in that one, so it's kinda surprising that he lost. Okay, so we won this one. Yeah, I still remember actually the patterns. It's kind of funny. I played this like... Wow, it's already gonna be like almost 20 years ago. Oh, he didn't? Why? Okay, so I don't remember them in the end. Okay. So I will need to actually remember them, or rather, try to remember them again. But it was disappointing, considering I was gilded. And I think he is not. That is fairly surprising that we lost. Fairly surprising indeed. But anyway, as I said, I would like to actually keep it a bit hardcore, so it's a bit more of a challenge. But it might be really quite hard in the late rounds. But anyway, this is not gonna be all that easy. And we probably should be building another outpost here. But we cannot probably, because it's gonna be too close. You cannot build too close to your previous one. You can see right now we cannot build there. Probably cannot build even here. Oh, here we can. Okay, let's drop it here. Let's build another one. Hopefully you're gonna be fast enough, and that should be allowing us a bit more soldiers, and they're gonna be stronger. They should be, I think, from the first order at that point. But anyway, let's right now also get a bit of ground at the back side. Let's build the road right now, as it is. Doesn't really matter. And a bit later, if we do find something here, then we can just delete the road and rebuild it. And we might just as well send the prospectors here. I would like him to cut a bit more. I would like to place the building about here. So if he cuts down this tree, we're gonna be able to do that for a bit more efficiency, as we don't really need to waste all that many soldiers to do back builds and such. I can see we getting the strongest soldiers, but I would definitely like them a bit more to the top side, damn it. You can basically get them back if you want to, by the mechanism of sending basically soldiers in, so that they are filled, and then recalling the stronger soldiers, exactly as I said, and then basically decreasing them back again into just one. There we go, and we're gonna be able to get a bit of ground right now through the right side, yes. I want to hug basically the desert so that we don't screw this around, the ground, for the farmer. Let's hug the desert as much as possible.
Yep.
He's not building anywhere close by, so it's gonna be fine for us. But he's already having quite a echo, because he's having quite a lot of mines already. He could be going for at least one. I would kind of like to prospect here a bit more, so that I find some better places. I kind of don't like this.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Okay, prospectors are there on the left side. And we might be really starting to think about the farm then. Where to place it. Basically for farm, what is important is to be having a lot of free ground around it so that he can place his fields around it. And he can place anywhere from about like 3 if you're having bad ground to about 10 plus maybe even. He really can place a lot of them. And we have discovered something good apparently, and that's a coal on the left side. Alright, that's good. That is rather good. I'm still curious about this goal though. If there's gonna be like a vein about here or there. That would be quite sweet. It would be quite sweet indeed. Right, so we are gonna be needing a mill and a baker. So mill can be built on normal building, on the small house, whereas baker needs a big one. I would like to actually reserve those places at the top side, for like the smelter or blacksmith, or also the gold works. Okay, they are in. Let's keep them there a bit longer. A lot of stone at the bottom. So the gold, either it's only this one spot, which would be really weird. Because I don't think it should be showing like much if you're having just this. So I'm expecting there are gonna be a few more of them somewhere, or rather a few more of the gold. A bit more of the gold rather. Okay. Hornies against coming to the top. Rather again. And he actually did. Here you can see right now. He actually did come all the way to the top side here. That's great. That's great. So let's just build a flag in there so that we can make it a bit more efficient with carrying over. There's really a lot of iron ore here. Okay, so that's a bit of ground, and actually quite a good ground, because you were able to get quite solid place here, which is gonna be making like, I would like a bit more. I would like mine literally at this spot or this spot. Those two spots. This would be really good for the iron ore mine. Be really useful, and you can see the coal is a bit more to the south. So basically, either if I was able to conquer this guard post at the top side, or the one at the bottom, you should be getting a lot of good mining ground. You can see they are gonna be the strongest possible. But how much gold do we have? Right now nothing. We're already out. We need. Oh, there's the gold. So yeah, it is a bit more to the top side, and here. All right. So we definitely will need this part of the land here. Okay. You can see the stone mine. That's gonna be a bit like basically one stone mine somewhere here. So we're pretty much in the middle if we want. Maybe sending the prospectors a bit more to the top.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
That's a lot of coal. A lot of coal indeed in there. Yeah, but we cannot really build a mine on top of the hills there. We'll need really this ground, so... Yeah, here again I'm gonna be attacking this one as soon as possible. As we humanly can. Right now those are not gilded, unfortunately, so they shouldn't be that strong. But I'm really seriously interested in this one. It's gonna be one guy coming to the left side so that we have a bit more ground. And I'm gonna be making a bit more soldiers, because yeah, having plenty of idols and we don't really need all that many of them. So let's make 40 soldiers right there. Because the longer you have them, the better chances of them improving. You can see right now, we are basically just making the extra soldiers. We have increased the percentage chance of improvement of 2 of those. So we get in the hatters. We are getting the hatters in there, and that is not bad. Right. Where to build a farm? I would be kinda liking to build it somewhere maybe around here. Seems like a pretty good spot. Yeah, we got this guardhouse. Let's... You're up there. Let's build a guardhouse here. Oh well, let's go this way. Doesn't matter. And that's basically a bit of a fun mechanism, which I'm not certain is actually intentional or not, but you can basically screw your opponent over. If he is having a road right next to the border, you can actually place a flag there and like force the road to go to that flag and destroy his road. So basically you can make him lose resources or like screw up his reinforcements into the buildings and everything. But yeah, hopefully we're gonna get to that in some missions. Hopefully we will. Okay, so this is actually under attack. It's kinda curious that those guys are gonna be waiting here. Where did they already go? Or not? No, no, no. Oh no, those... I just confused it before. Because I was looking at this complete stats. And those two we already had. So we didn't really force any kind of percentage up. Sorry about that. There's information in there. But I'm really liking the spot here for the stone mine. Really a lot of stone. There's coal. That's nice. That is certainly quite helpful, as he has gotten a lot more ground again. So right now I will probably like to push on him. Okay, so I think this is really gonna be a good spot for the farm here. It's gonna be a very good spot for farm. Baker is gonna be... Well, it's usually best to be having like a good chain. With the mill being somewhere close by and the baker as well. And since we're gonna have to move all the way topside to the mines, to the left side, so we should probably have the baker about here. Oh, maybe right now we can actually optimize the road here. That seems very well possible here. Yeah, that might be really quite possible at this point. I also kinda don't like this road too much. I think it might be actually blocking one of the big buildings here. Even a slight suspicion of that. Let's see if it's true or not. Well, if this tree was actually off, and this stone, I'm pretty certain there will be another big building ready here. Okay, let's just build the baker on here.
Yep.
On the big one. And... or maybe not. Maybe just screw this. Screw this. I'm gonna build it somewhere outside of this range. Closer to the miners or here or somewhere there. So yeah, let's just basically right now connect this. And where? I think let's build the mill, for example, at the bottom.
Yep.
And this is gonna be coming just straight down.
Yep.
Alright. Let's basically leave as much possible space for the farmer as he potentially can have. Here we can just yet again hug to the bottom. Like the desert.
Yep.
That's a lot of coal here. I'm liking that. I'm liking that quite a bit.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yep. Why cannot we actually build here? It's really unfortunate. It doesn't have to do anything with our roads. They're just basically how the mountains have spawned. So the best mine seems to be either about here or there. Probably here. It's a bit closer to the big vein. Or we could already build just basically here. We so far don't need stone, so there's no reason for that at this point. So I'm not even gonna be building it, I think. And hey Wookie, welcome. Yeah, this is a really great game. It's kinda chill game overall. They kinda slower paced, but still kinda funny. And for me, it's kinda a hard game. Let's say I really love it. I used to spend childhood on it, like literally across the summer vacations and holidays. I was playing it like religiously and really loved it. It's hundreds, maybe even thousands hours in this. Back 20 years back, pretty much. And I think that we actually might be ready to give this another go.
Yep.
Let's send it all four there. Maybe we're gonna get lucky this time. Oh, and we're gonna get good reinforcements there. That's actually great. Not sure why those two are actually coming up when we still do have those dudes, but it might be because of... oh, this might be because of this, yes. Right now remember what this could be. This could be actually the strength of guardians in your home base, in the castle. So let's just basically keep the weaker ones there, so that we send the stronger ones outside. Yeah, landscaper, of course, it's gonna be needed for the big building, for the farm. There we go with the battle then. Ah, lost again? Come on, kill somebody already. Ah, he lost again. If I remember correctly right now, the animation, my soldier should be losing again. It's not really good. How is it possible that he's actually so good here? If there's gonna be gold there, then it's gonna be explained in a bit, but I don't think he has enough for that. Nice, finally we have beaten at least one of his soldiers, damn it. But he should be probably sending reinforcements there at this point. I really want this guardhouse. Alright. Now this seems to be the hero that we need. Okay, one more. Please win. Yes. Nice. This is gonna be ours. This guy on the right side is gonna be having a bit of a base wayside fight with these reinforcements coming forward. But otherwise he's gonna be ours, so huge. This is actually gonna be quite good help. He didn't really destroy any of his buildings. He does have enough holdings nearby, but it also means that we get quite good spots. Quite good spots on the mining here. I really like this. So this is gonna be interesting spot for an iron ore mine.
Yep.
Golden mine, we cannot... Oh, we can build here if we want to. Yeah, for coal we need a bit more to the north. We need to take this guardhouse, I think, for that to be truly efficient. But I think I'm gonna take this spot already. For the gold mine. But we will need the coal, and apparently the coal is though gonna be coming from the right. Let's send a few more prospectors here. We really need to scout this. Nice, already nice coal mine here. But I would be liking... like at least 2 are gonna be needed for this. So we're gonna be having gold here, which means smelter and... rather, iron smelter and gold smelter as well. So before we build the road, we need to basically get the ground here covered. I think I'm gonna be making gold smelter here. Iron smelter here.
Yep.
And probably this is gonna be a spot for armor.
Yep.
You gain a victory here. Exactly. That was pretty important for us. Okay, let's build a road. And let's do it in some kind of useful manner.
Yep.
It's not exactly useful. Because we need to... or rather, do we need to connect? We need to connect this, definitely. It's gonna be the gold into the smelter. From here, you need to go down.
Yep.
And from here, let's go here. It's gonna be kind of difficult roads. But this one might be sucky. But if we need to, we will be building another road from about here. Somewhere to the bottom, so it should be fine, I guess. Do we need to connect this here? I don't think we do. We need to go down here. Ah, damn it. Which is gonna be difficult. Can we actually switch the road here? We cannot. Okay, so we will need to go... Aha, this is the smelter. I just switched it. I thought this is gonna be the smelter, but no, this is the armorer. Or blacksmith, still call him armorer. So, there. This way, this way, this way, this way. It's gonna be okay. A lot of hills here. Definitely need to connect to the top side, and we also need to connect to the bottom side. And we might already go here or there. I'd probably go all the way down here.
Yep.
Yet again, suboptimal road though.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
This should be better. Or is it? No, it's not!
Yep.
Damn it!
Yep.
So how do we build this? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a good road. Now we're talking. Even though we are gonna be having only one flag there, it's at least basically everything is flat. So in that regard, it should be fine. Okay. I also expect we're gonna have to move something this way.
Yep.
Because we're gonna be connecting to the left side for the coal. Pretty certain of it. It seems like there's gonna be only one coal mine here. But we already need to start building it.
Yep.
And then connect all across. Right. This is potentially another spot for a farmer. Or here. Yeah, because you will need to also get a bit more food. This part, so I'm thinking this is a good spot for a farmer if we can build in here. So you can here. This is a decent spot.
Yep.
We should be having plenty of sites around the sites. 7, so we can build basically 7 farms. Or we need to rebuild, and you might be actually for piggies. This one is gonna be for bakery, and where do we have the bakery? We haven't actually started building it yet. Damn it. Let's build it here. Why not?
Yep.
Why not? This is a good spot, as good spot as any.
Yep.
Let's right now directly connect that. Oh, this is a horrible road. Let's wait until he actually gets rid of this stone so that we can connect it directly. And here we're gonna be making the piggies then. And piggy farm and slaughterhouse. Let's build it somewhere here because we're gonna connect that all the way to the mines, to the top side. So slaughterhouse here.
Yep.
And big farm here.
Yep.
That seems like it could work. Do the wood line here, that's gonna be fine. We do have one spot for a flag.
Yep.
There we go. And you connect top side to this flag potentially if we can. Oh, we cannot. In which case, just direct. There we go. We can also send a few more prospectors to the top side, even though this seems to be empty. Maybe you're gonna luck on some other big coal mine, for example, or other coal vein somewhere here, because why not? And no, he didn't have gold in there, as you can see. If he did have gold in that guardhouse, we would be taking it with it. But apparently that wasn't really the case. And we can also start fishing. We can start fishing because we do have access to water. So let's do it after. Let's do it after this one is taken. As we should be having some good spot about here for fishing post. Or something like that. How is it called? Fishing spot. Fisherman. Yeah, it's gonna be better. He's having a good farm there. You can see he's already fishing. This dude carrying the fish on his back, and we are finished with the farm. So let's see, yeah, farmer is coming forward. And he did get rid of the stone in there, nice. So right now we can connect directly here, that's great. So that we can get a bit easier to the farmer from the villa. As he's basically right now... Oh, we are already having a Roman. Would you look at that, and 2 of them. Oh well. Our soldiers are certainly getting better. This is gonna be a very good spot. Might be able to actually take this down with the Romans. Alright, so you might also want to connect them to the other side. There are not gonna be any mines in the way, because this is empty. Which means we can just basically put it straight over. We need about this here, we need there. Yeah, into that spot. Into this spot and also into the top spot. Sure. How to do it? We definitely need to connect to this one. It's gonna be Let's start from here. It's gonna be reasonably straight. That's good. Some optimal flag here. This is not an optimal flag. It's better. I really think that we need to make the optimal flag here. Make the optimal road with as many flags as possible. This is gonna be using quite a bit, or rather quite often used, and we are actually asked to save, which is not a bad idea. Because I actually heard that there is a possibility that sometimes settlers might crash on those blocks. Hopefully it's not gonna be happening, and it's some kind of old thing. But in case it is, or rather isn't, well, we might want to actually be ready. Okay, so it's gonna be ours, most of the water. We put in this guy out of business. And we do have a first field coming forward. And as we said, we're gonna be building fishermen here. Because that's another source of food for all of the mines at the top side. And I'm thinking I might actually build another one to the top. Because this should be beyond what the farmer is gonna be seeding. He's seeding a lot of it everywhere. And this is looking like a pretty good spot for another one. So that we can connect it all the way to the top side. Let's go this top side here. And get a bit more food. All of our miners. Okay, this is a pretty good spot for a flag. Unfortunately, we cannot. That's not gonna be all that much of a traffic on this road, only some fishies. So it's okay, and we can kinda connect this off if we want to. And that's actually not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. Yeah, let's connect it. Through the water, and that means that you probably will have to delete this. Because we need the flag there, connect here, and connect there. Yeah. Because this will result into a boatman being in the middle, and basically some ferryman, and he's gonna be taking the fishies from this fishing spot all the way up there to the farmers, instead of going through the middle and blocking the path overall. You can see a lot of farms being made. And we should connect. Maybe all the way to the top. Maybe not necessarily here, but all the way to the top altogether. Yeah, we should. Let's connect all the way to the top. So that the food is gonna be coming into the miners, basically in some kind of reasonable manner. Some more prospectors here. They really didn't find anything there, so that's absolutely empty. You can see that not even any kind of second good coal mine is gonna be available here. It seems like so only one coal mine is definitely not enough. Definitely not enough. It's gonna be getting rid of those small stones because they do block placing of farms, rather of fields, so we need to get rid of that. And we might want to build a bit of a guardhouse here so that we protect our own. And since there's no extra mine gonna be made here, we can also already go to the bottom. And what's the best way then? Not necessarily this one. Oh, sorry. Screwed him over. So, top side, I guess, then. That seems like a good way. And we also then need to connect to the top side. But I would still like to know if we can build another mine here. Like at this spot or this spot. Because this is looking like a very good vein. So I'll be looking forward to actually having 2 mines there if possible. And basically good practice, especially in the later rounds, is definitely needed, is to build a toolmaker. Because toolmaker actually makes everything possible for you later. Like he makes scythes, hammers, tongs, all the tools he's making. And you can basically make him do the tools. You can just basically force him into that, or rather force him into it, just task him with what he should be doing. And we also have all things here, where basically you can even say to the game who should be getting more food. And yeah, you can see basically if you are having shortage of food, the most of it is gonna be coming to gold, then to iron, basically iron mine, and then into the coal maker, and basically the stone mine gonna be receiving the least. You can change this all around. Same goes who actually gets how much and how many of the resources, and basically that's meant to allow you to potentially block, like giving for example wood into the boat maker if you don't need boats, or stop giving iron, or rather iron pretty much, smelted iron into the weapon maker if you need some kind of tools desperately at this point. So you can just basically switch it to the bottom so that he doesn't get anything, and all of it is gonna be going into the tool maker so that you can make the tools and continue of course with everything. Yeah, same goes right now with coal and how much grain is actually gonna be going where. And this is exactly the tool maker, what he's gonna be making. Can right now basically just make him do whatever you want. Let's prepare him somewhere then. He doesn't have to be necessarily here, though it's not a bad spot. I'm just maybe waiting here if potentially we need another smelter. If we are having like a lot of iron ore, then this could be a good spot for a second smelter basically right there, but I don't have enough coal. I don't necessarily think so. And what's the problem with you? Where is all the food? He's on a strike because he doesn't have food. So what's wrong with you? Finally. There's the fishy coming outside, so it's gonna be coming to him. Gonna be getting food so that he can work. Yeah, well, that's exactly what this game is all about. Having your economy working. As basically if you screw up, for example, with the food, it's all gonna be falling apart for you. And you really need to be paying good attention to everything that is going on. Having a lot of fields already, and it's gonna be probably continuing, still having plenty of space around. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's already having 11 fields. It's gonna be good. Okay, it's a small gold mine here, but you don't really need that. Much more interested in a bit more. Oh. Yeah, we cannot build another mine here until we conquer the opponent's side. Yeah, smelter coming up. Maybe he's already there. No, he isn't. Hasn't claimed it yet. Okay, this is the smelter here. It doesn't need any tools, but the second smelter, that's for the gold there.
Yep. Yep.
Basically right now when you see exactly my problem, that it's taking a whole lot of time to actually get the food to the miner. The problem is that we are basically having only the castle, and everything needs to be connected to it, and everything comes out of it. So this is the point where you actually might be interested in making a storehouse about here, so that everything doesn't have to go all the way to the castle. So actually thinking this is not a bad idea to place a storehouse here.
Yep.
It's gonna be taking like years to build, but it might be very well worth it. Right now looking how to best connect this. You definitely need to go down to the armorer. You also need to go up to smelter.
Yep.
That's gonna be fine. And he need to go to blacksmith. I'm gonna go this way.
Yep.
Because there might be a need actually for from here there maybe one day. Oh, this is a pretty sucky road, so let's do that. How to build it? I would like to really build it all the way from here. At the same time, if you can build it from there... Oh, well, yeah, let's go this way. Was this the screw-up road? Yes, it was. Damn it. It's a bit of a magic to be making the correct roads.
Yep.
Okay. Probably cannot get around it all that much, and you can see we are gonna be making our first weapons. The gold mine is working nice at 46%. That's good. Already waiting for the coal, and coal is gonna be coming up in pretty good numbers here. So yeah, we are starting with everything. So Baker is waiting for a bit of a flour, where he can start with his baking. Miner is there. Yeah, so how many actually pickaxes do we have? 27, so yeah, we don't have a problem with that then. 27 pickaxes, that's way more than we're gonna be having mines in this game. Way more indeed. Yeah, this is a really good spot for the farmer then. You can see that the fields are growing up, so quite soon he's gonna be also going to be getting the grain for the mill. And why is the coal coming through the bottom? I don't understand that. Oh. Yeah, that's some kind of mistake in the AI, it seems. It sometimes happens that they actually get it in, rather carrying it somewhere where they shouldn't. For example, you can see he's kinda confused here. Smelting some first iron rods. And this is gonna be smelting some gold finally for us. There we go. Everything working. This is really exactly the point that I absolutely love about this game. When everything starts to work and everybody's doing something and the kingdom is just going on. It's absolutely awesome. So what kind of soldiers are gonna be coming there? I think that might be a Roman again, yeah. Already having Romans. Plenty of them, and it's gonna be probably a question of time before we get into the main ones. Having a lot of soldiers at this point, you can see about 100. Quite a bit. Wait a bit indeed. We just didn't find anything here still. I would really like to see if this is a good spot for an iron ore mine. I kind of think that it is, because there's a lot of iron all around. I'm just gonna build it here.
Yep.
Do it.
Yep.
And connect it to the left side. There. And there.
Yep.
There we go. Cross really sucks there. Because that's literally exactly where we should be having. We should be having the flag, but yeah, well. That's reasonably suboptimal. But that's not gonna be all that much traffic here, to be honest. In which case you might want to optimize it a bit. Place it here. That is important. I don't think it's important here. I don't think that was really up the hill too much. Let's make it there. It's probably gonna be slightly better. And it's gonna be from the slaughterhouse coming. Food all the way to the farmers. Right, so this dude, that's another farmer. You can see this is a big farmer coming forward already up there. This guy in the brown hat. Yep, another building is ours. And this is the slot, or rather the butcher. And let's just watch the piggy come forward. Yep, there we go. Happy little piggy. Right there. And gonna be plenty more of them. Once he actually get this farm working and he gets enough grain. You can see that's plenty of grain already here. Growing from the first farmer. So right now, the boatman, the ferryman, is gonna be carrying over the fishies. Right next to miners, and they should be having a lot of food at this point, or rather enough food. You can see 81%, he's having good food. And I'm gonna be right now switching the priorities so that everybody is having the same. There's no reason why anybody should be getting less at this point. We don't need everything, not just gold. Here, well, we might leave it like this until the second farm is actually gonna be getting some grain as well, or for the piggy farm at the end. We might be getting coal mine here. Let's build it right there. This is a very good news. In which case you might want to connect this a bit differently. This way. Destroy this road. Build a flag here, connect it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, slightly better. We cannot really go here. Alright, we might actually switch the road there, but is it needed? I kinda think that it might be needed. Yeah, well, let's build the road at the bottom.
Yep.
Screw this one and connect directly through coal. It's gonna suck it out.
Yep.
But it's gonna be better, so that we shorten the route down to these guys. I might actually want to connect also to the bottom here. So that we get this connection and coal goes to him slightly easier from this top gold mine. So let's connect this to the top side. Exactly, entirely through gold mine, or the coal mine. Yeah, it's a pretty good spot. Huh. That's a solid hill here. Let's build it this way. A lot of gold. And yep, the gold is basically given to all of those guard houses so that they are happy, they are motivated, and they are gonna be better in battles after that. Their morale is of course gonna increase when they are well paid. Plenty of food for the coal miner here. Maybe probably from the bakery, I'm expecting. That's really a lot of fields here. And he's even still making new ones. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Well, 24 fields, that's really a lot. It's gonna be really productive. Really productive indeed. Yeah, and this storehouse of course is gonna be taking ages to finish. That is to be expected. Right now he's even waiting for wood, for lumber and for stone. He's having a lot of coal at the top side. But you're gonna be having another coal mine here, so we're gonna be fine. 75%, that's pretty solid. You can see that right now, for example, he went in, or rather went out of the shop, and he didn't bring anything. So basically when you are having the mines, you are not ensured that every single shift he's gonna be bringing gold back. You can see right now he fell from 85 to 75%. So it basically really depends how much of a coal and gold and everything is in there. And the bigger ones are of course gonna be always better, whereas the small ones are always riskier, and of course there are gonna be lower amount of the resource in there. And of course what happens is that you basically mine those resources out, so they are not infinite, and after some time you're gonna be depleting the ore vein, and basically the mine is going to be starting to not produce anything and basically just only eat your food. And at that point you basically want to cancel it, destroy the building and send the miner home, and you're gonna be basically also of course not wasting any kind of food on it anymore. Right now everything is working quite fine, though we are still pretty low on coal. Well, we are only having one mine of course, so it kinda goes to figure. Hopefully this one is gonna be made as soon as possible. And that's something that you basically cannot influence. You cannot influence actually what kind of building is gonna be made first. It all depends on where it is on the map, how close are the resources and things like that. So that's also another part why storehouses are actually important once you are having huge maps and a lot of moving around. You can get actually storehouses at crucial moments that can make your economy a whole lot more efficient. It's really quite realistic in that regard when you think about it. And you can see a lot more of grain is coming forward from the farm right now as he is harvesting and sending of course into the mill, and a bit of it should be, yeah, you can see right now this one is gathering and this one as well, and carrying a bit to the piggy farmer as well. And once he has enough, he's gonna be producing a few more piggies. Once he has enough, he's gonna be of course slaughtering them and sending them to the butcher so that we have a few more steaks and bacon and stuff for the miners. Kinda think I might want to connect this actually as well, so that the coal that goes to the gold smelter doesn't have to go through the bottom side, because this is kinda really already quite intensive. This crossroad. Where do I want to connect it? All the way to the top side? That's gonna be coal mine. Yeah, I think I do.
Yep.
Yeah, this is gonna be tricky though.
Yep.
Well, that's a horrible road.
Yep.
That's much better. We're having gold here for quite a bit of time, so I'm thinking I might be actually ready to try and take another of his holdings. We're having the main soldier. Oh well, that's a cool guy. He looks very nice. So I'm just gonna attack there. Probably so that we get some solid mines here and kinda screw him over. Top side. 3. Be enough. Why did he stay in, damn it? Oh no, so this actually might be in the end what kind of strength of soldiers actually goes into battle and not into guarding. So if I do this, then the strongest of the holding are gonna be coming forward, yeah. I really never understood this one, I think. Maybe back 20 years I did, for a moment. But I seem to remember not really knowing about it too much. But back then, of course, I wasn't really knowing English, so I was just playing by pictures and everything. But to be honest, I still did finish the game fully. But it was maybe already I was maybe 15, so I did have an idea about English at that point, I think. This might be actually not such a good fight. But next one, it's gonna be coming with Romans and with the big guy. Let's see how cool he looks. have built new stock. This is gonna be very important because it should be getting a lot of the stuff from all around here. So it should be easing on the castle and basically transport from here to the left side and the other way around. Should be quite fine going. Okay, we actually killed the first one. Or did we? No, we didn't. We lost the first battle. Yeah, and right now this is actually how we can basically right now make it work how we want. If it's only accepting, if it's sending out, if it's more sending out, more accepting, or if it just doesn't do anything. Right now it's gonna correct. It's gonna be like accepting everything. This is correct in that. Second battle he lost, and on the castle we are having also a bit different right now view because castle does have guards. You can see you're having 3 the worst units in the guard, but it doesn't matter if those 3 lose, that they're gonna be losing the castle altogether. They're gonna be continually replaced from all the reserves until we are basically out of all the soldiers in that. But basically they fight from the bottom up. So the first used are gonna be the shit soldiers at the bottom. Oh well, it didn't go too well, that battle there. I'm gonna be keeping this gold soldier or this main soldier there for a moment. Because we don't have gold in castle, so I need to increase his morale a bit. I'm not entirely certain on the mechanism of the morale with the gold, but I think, I really only think that you need to basically leave him there for a bit, and his morale kinda increases over time in being in presence of the gold. It's something along those lines, I think it is. Still only 1 piggy. You can see right now Butcher is preparing some bacon. Making portions of the piggy. And there we go. Aha. What? How did grain get there by this way? That makes absolutely no sense. Why did it travel from here all the way this way? And not through the bottom? That's stupid. Oh well. Well. Yeah, it's gonna be another mine finished. It's time for the coal. There we go. And mine coming out. This was a really good spot for the farmer. Definitely glad that I took it up. Well, this one is not bad either. Maybe you could be building lumberjack somewhere close by. And it seems like this one is actually out of work. Yeah, he only basically goes in certain diameter around his place. We have plenty of wood, so there's no problem with that. But how about like getting a bit more ground here to the bottom?
Yep. Yep.
And then we're gonna be having plenty of wood for new one to cover and cut down. As the stone, there are gonna be a few more still left. But yeah, he does have a lot of work still to finish with all of it. We're actually at a point where we could be going for second smith. And definitely second smelter, and everything second. You can see we are having plenty of resources for more of the buildings, and right now there is no extra here, so, or rather, he doesn't go with fields all the way top side. So we can use this for one building. Another one here. But if you're going for smelter all the way to the bottom, it makes kinda little sense. So I would like to build it somewhere to the top side. So here though is gonna be a good spot for another blacksmith. There. And there. That'd be a good connection. Or maybe you should be carrying it all the way through here. Oh well, you cannot. Okay, so this way then. In which case, this road might be good. Yeah, this direct one, to connect the coal slightly easier to him, so that he doesn't have to go through this spot. And we might want to connect also here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be making it even easier to go with this coal. There, yep. Seems good. Still having only one piggy. Oh no, he's getting second one, just now. Just now got a second piggy for himself. He can get plenty of them. Not right now entirely certain about the number, but he can get a lot of them. What's going on? Oh yeah, we haven't saved a lot. Okay.
Yep.
Let's do that then. Right now I think they are there in for enough time. Let's try to finish with this time. Gonna be having some better quality soldiers sending them than he's having. Because I think he's having two Hornies and one Hatter. You can see right now that this is kinda unfortunate at this point. And something that you need to keep an eye on, because of course everything is gonna be supplied, and that means even the extra soldiers and reinforcements from the closest building. Which means that right now, since we are sending the weapons into the storage house, there are gonna be soldiers made here. And of course that means that the weak soldiers are gonna be sent there and the strong ones are gonna be sticking to the castle. I'm not sure if you can actually somehow make that work. Maybe by this. Can we switch it? Oh, this way. Right and left. Maybe. Wow, really? He's having one hell of a morale then. How is that possible that he's winning so much? That's strange, it shouldn't really happen. Nice, at least the main guy is gonna be winning this battle. But it's really strange that he won against the Roman. It's really unusual, because the qualities of the soldiers really do matter quite a bit. Oh crap, he's dead. Our only main guy is dead. You can already see that reflected there. Let's send the reinforcements again. Because at this point we are in a reasonable spot. We already killed one. Hopefully this guy is gonna be finishing at this point. Because if not, the reinforcement is already on the way. Good, that's the second dead. Come on! We can finish! This one is not gonna be in there in time to distract that guy. Nice, we won. Yes. We have won a quite important battle. There's gonna be a lot of burning right now. Thank you very much. There's gonna be a bit of engagement with the reinforcement. You can see this guy is ready and for him. Occupying the building, of course. That's a waste of a Roman, but what can we do? Okay, this is pretty good, because right now we are getting a very important part of the mountain for more gold. Built everywhere here, so let's just put the flag there.
Yep.
And send the prospectors here.
Yep.
Of
Yep.
4 of them.
Yep.
And I kinda probably want to actually take the roads through the bottom. You're not gonna be able to take this more, because the next step is gonna be castle. There's a stupid stone here. I kinda don't want to block those potential mines here. But they would be coming all the way here, so there is a possibility for a road this way. Okay, let's do it. It's gonna be because of this flag. There is flag and there is flag. could make the toolmaker here. It's not a bad spot for him. It's the last one there.
Yep. Yep.
Let's connect him here and on the other side, why not there? That went rather well, and we might just as well right now continue here.
Yep.
Because there's only one, because he was quite far away. That meant that he wasn't manning it, basically the same as I'm manning it here. And that's something that you need to take care of and, of course, keep a mind on, an eye on, because that can potentially screw you over. If your opponent just takes a fortress close by, another guardhouse, and then suddenly you have it empty fortresses to be attacked. You can attack even those that are far away, but they're gonna be really far away, and your soldiers are gonna be weak when they get there, and of course that's gonna be resulting into bad battles for you, or for the opponent as well, so that's why he doesn't really do it. Oh, damn it, he lost. Okay, but that's a reinforcement actually took off guard, so that's useful in that regard, and he will have to send a new one. It's gonna be taken. Basically, once you distract him like this, he's not gonna be able to come back or not to continue his way inside. You will have to send a new one. Nice one. A lot of coal here.
Yep.
Nice. Nice. This is going very well indeed. Oh, and she's already given up. Okay. I clicked through it, unfortunately, that's quite a nice picture. We're gonna be seeing it quite a bit in the next missions. And congratulations, your enemies resign. You have won this mission. They're basically right now recognizing that I have the upper hand above him. And that means that you don't really need to finish him fully. And that of course can be quite tiresome, because if you had to kill his castle, he might be having, like, for example, us, like 50 soldiers in there. And you need to kill them all, one by one, literally one by one. So you usually want to take this. And the password for the second mission is station. Let's note it somewhere. Let's find some paper for it. Of course, those are gonna be somewhere noted. I might even myself have a paper with it from the past, from the way past. They're gonna be all over the internet, but yeah, it's kind of fun. So, station. This mission number 2. Oh well, it's another picture here. Being thrown into a dungeon, lady. Now this land tried to actually somehow make our life difficult. I guess that they actually won't, because you cannot really save indefinitely, and there are plenty of missions, so there's no point in saving. So yeah, well, we are probably done with this game then. Or should we go to total destruction? It's gonna be taking a really long time, so let's not. The game has not been saved recently, are you sure? Yes, we are. Okay, and you can see that the second mission is gonna be quite a bit different. You're gonna be having 2 opponents this time around, and if you are wondering, it's gonna be red. This guy is, I think yellow is the next one, and the last one is purple if I remember correctly. Not sure right now. But basically those indicators are... One is army, second is economy, and third one is maybe like belligerent, something like that. I'm not entirely positive on that, but basically this This is telling you how many resources they're having at the start, how many soldiers are they having, and basically how good they're going to be. We're gonna try to look that up a bit later. But yeah, well, there you go, that was the first mission done. I think that's gonna be a good introduction. Already started streaming quite a bit later, as I was trying to figure out how to play this game in the best way possible. For the next session, I hope to be having also some nice overlay, so that we don't have the black bars there. As of course, the resolution is about 640 per 480, I think, as we are at SVGA mode. I think that's how it is. But yeah, well, I hope that you enjoyed today. I definitely did. It was really a blast from the past. I'm gonna be looking forward to playing more of this game. And well, if you did like it, definitely follow me. As I said, there are gonna be more Settlers and also more games that I'm streaming. You can find it below this stream, like Age of Mythology on Wednesdays. On Thursdays, some RPGs like Kingdom Come Deliverance lately. And of course, I'm having YouTube with past streams with plenty of games. And of course, then Facebook and Twitter to learn when I'm gonna be streaming next, what it is. And some other, of course, information about me and what else I'm going and doing in the world, of course, of the gaming. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed. I definitely did. Thank you for watching and see you later.